those trigo relations you need to know very well. First of all, you need to remember that sine of minus x is same as sin x minus sin x. Correct? Why? If you look at the unit circle, it's quite easy to understand. If you have some angle x, sine of x, sine refers to this is your sine x, the y coordinate.
Yes.
Huh? And sine of minus x
also refers to the y coordinate. So the y
coordinate. Yeah, so there's negative of this. So basically sine is an odd function because sine of minus x is same as minus sin x. Cos of minus x is cos x because that's your y coordinate or your x coordinate. So that remains the same. Tan of minus x is minus tan x.
Because it will be the same how sine works.
Yeah. So this is an even function and this is an odd function. So whenever you get sine, cos or tan of a negative angle, you simply can apply this rule and you can get rid of the negative angle. Now next thing you need to remember is sine, or let me take the multiples of pi. Whenever you have multiples of pi in your identity, now what are multiples of pi? Suppose you have sine of pi minus x, correct? Yeah. You have cos of pi plus x. You have tan of 2 pi minus x. Then you have, let's say, sine of 3 pi plus x. You have, so basically if you have multiples of pi, correct? Integral multiples of pi. Let me tell you integral multiples of pi. What you need to do is, your ratio remains the same. Means your sign will remain same. Your sign pi minus x is sin x, but the sign you put according to the quadrant. You know all silver teacups?
Yeah.
This is 0, this is pi by 2, this is pi, this is 3 pi by 2, this is 2 pi, and so on. So whenever you have pi minus x, you imagine you're going in a little bit less. Pi minus x means you'll be somewhere here. So your sign will be positive. So sine of pi minus x is same as plus sin x. Okay. What is cos of pi plus x?
That will be
which quadrant?
Third quadrant.
Third quadrant. So it will be third quadrant.
So minus cos x.
Minus cos x. Because your tan is
will be the tan quadrant.
Only tan is positive. Your cos will be negative. So cos of pi plus x is minus cos x. What is tan of 2 pi minus x?
Negative. Because in the fourth quadrant.
So 2 pi minus x. 2 pi minus x is here. Because your 2 pi, you go 2 pi and minus x, so 2 pi minus x. So that will be negative tan x. Sine of 3 pi plus x.
Negative again, because it will be the third quadrant.
3 pi, now where will 3 pi come in? 3 pi will 0,
so on
pi, 2 pi, 3 pi. 3 pi plus x means here it will come.
The third quadrant.
Third quadrant. So you have
negative.
So negative. Okay. What is cos 100 pi plus x?
100 pi plus x negative. It will be in the first quadrant.
Very good. It will be in the first quadrant. How do you know it's in the first quadrant? Because all the
even pies are on the right
side. Even pi is on the right side. So 100 pi plus x will come here.
X, yeah.
So what will it be?
It will be negative.
Why?
Sorry,
all. So what are these? Integral multiples of pi.
So what unit is this part of, sir?
This is unit of 3.5. SL 3.5. Okay. Now integral multiples of pi by 2. Integral multiples of pi by 2. Example, sine pi by 2 minus x, cos pi by 2 plus x, tan 3 pi by 2 minus x. Means you are taking integral multiples of pi by 2, correct? And let's say sine 5 pi by 2 plus x, and so on. Any multiples of pi by 2. Again, the logic remains the same, but remember when you had when you had integral multiples of pi, your ratio remained the same.
Yeah.
And you put the sign according to the quadrant. If I put the sign according to the quadrant, you treat x to be a very small angle. So pi minus x came in the second quadrant. Pi plus x came in the third quadrant. Now, whenever you have integral multiples of pi by 2, you have to put your complementary ratio. So wherever sine is there, the complement of sine is cos.
Oh, okay.
Whenever your tan is there, that is cot. Cot is 1 over 10. Correct? Sec will be cosec, but you don't have that in your essay. So, what will be sine of pi by 2 minus x? Which quadrant?
Pi by 2.
Pi by 2.
First quadrant.
First quadrant, because pi by 2 is here and pi by 2 minus x means will be, you go pi by 2 and you go little less there. So pi by 2 minus x will be here. So your sine pi by 2 minus x will become cos x.
So we're taking x to be a small angle.
Small angle, very small. Just for sake of learning the formula. Okay, cos pi by 2 plus x. Which quadrant?
Second quadrant.
Second quadrant.
So plus sin x.
Second quadrant. You have to look at the main function. Cos. Cos will be negative or positive?
Cos will be negative.
Negative. So negative sin x.
Oh, okay. So
you have to look at the main function. Don't look at look at the main. Don't look at the transform function.
So you take ASTC before you transform.
Yeah. Next.
Then 3 pi by 2 minus x.
So pi by 2, 2 pi by 2. This is 3 pi by 2.
So it will be
correct?
Cot x.
So it will be your
Cot x.
Cot x. Or 1 over tan x.
Yeah.
Correct? Next.
The sine of
which quadrant?
So that's 50 by pi 2.
5 pi by 2.
Oh, sorry. Wondering.
5 pi by
50, yeah. 5 pi by 2 plus x will be your second quadrant. So
pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2 will come here. Plus x means the second quadrant. So sine will be positive, cos x. So you don't have to learn all those formulas. It will remember it like this.
Yeah, so much easier.
Huh? So what are the steps that you need to remember? There are two types. There are three types totally. One is your sine of minus x is minus sin x, cos of minus x is cos x, tan of minus x is minus tan x. Then the second type is integral multiples of pi. The ratio remains the same and sign according to the quadrant. Integral multiples of pi by 2, your sine becomes cos becomes sine, tan becomes cot will become tan, and you put the sign according to the quadrant. End of the story. That's for theta. Now see, they've given you the theta is in the domain from 0 to pi by 2. Sin theta is given to be 2 by 3. So this is the domain for the theta which is given. And which is positive basically, and they've given it to be positive. Now here what you need to do, sin pi plus theta. So first thing is you need to consider which quadrant is this in. Now your sin pi plus theta, so you know your pi is your 180 degrees, pi plus theta is in the third quadrant. So if you look at all silver teacups, it will be negative. Negative. Now whenever integral multiples of pi are there, your sign will remain same ratio. So minus sin theta, so that is minus 2/3. Chalo, next one. So if you look at the next one, you're right. So what is the first thing you do? Which quadrant? 2 pi minus theta. So 2 pi is a complete circle, minus theta, it's in the all silver teacups, it's in the fourth quadrant. Correct? So sine of 2 pi minus theta is equal to sin theta minus sin theta, so minus 2/3. Next, cos of pi by 2 plus theta. Now multiples of pi by 2, your cos will become what? Sin. Which quadrant?
Second.
Second quadrant, so negative. So minus 2.
So that's the same answer.
Same answer. But you know, yeah. So given that tan theta is equal to k is some number, and your theta is an acute angle, basically. So they've given you the value of tan k. Now tan pi plus theta. So whenever integral multiples of pi comes in, your ratio remains the same. And quadrant, if you look at the quadrant, all silver teacups. So pi plus theta will come in the third quadrant. In the third quadrant, your tan will be positive. So this will remain k. Correct? The next one, your tan pi by 2 plus theta. When integral multiples of pi by 2 are there, your tan will become cot. And pi by 2 plus theta will come in the second quadrant. Sign is positive, so your tan will be negative. And your tan is reciprocal of, cot is reciprocal of tan. Then next is your basic formula. It's an odd function. So tan of minus theta is minus tan theta. So that will be minus k. Simple. Now, the quadrant is given to you. If you look at over here, the quadrant is given to you. So pi and 3 pi by 2 is the third quadrant. Why is it the third quadrant? Because if you look at the third quadrant, if this is 0, this is pi by 2, this is pi, this is 3 pi by 2. So between pi and 3 pi by 2 is the third quadrant.
So what answer?
So if you write all silver teacups, so only your tan, so remember that only your tan will be positive, your cos is negative, your sine will also be negative. Now to find the value of sine, there are two ways of doing it. You can use the identity that sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So substitute your sine square theta. Cos square theta will be minus 4 upon 5 square is equal to 1. So sine square theta plus 16 over 25 is equal to 1. So sine square theta is equal to 1 minus 16 over 25. So sine square theta is equal to 9 over 25. So sine theta will be minus 3 upon 5 because it's
perfect.
Because you don't take plus or minus, you take minus only because it's in the third quadrant. Your tan theta is sine theta over cos theta.
3 by 4.
Your tan theta is equal to sine theta over cos theta. So we use the and minus 3 by 5 divided by minus 4 by 5. So that's 3 by 4. Understandably, as your sine and cos are negative, your tan will be positive. Next, cos pi plus theta. Yeah, so integral multiples of pi, so your cos will remain cos. Pi plus theta, so pi plus theta, which quadrant? Third quadrant, so it will be negative cos theta. So that is equal to negative minus 4 by 5, correct?
Yeah.
So your answer is plus 4 by 5. Given in this case that your angle lies in the which quadrant? Fourth quadrant, because your 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi, it lies in the fourth quadrant. Correct? So now when you're thinking of this formula, you don't think of the quadrant. You think of your formula, you take theta to be a small angle. So pi minus theta means, it will become in the, so formula is it will come in the second quadrant. So this will be minus cos theta. Correct? So then your answer will be what? Minus k. Part B. Your sine theta if you're finding. Now you use the following identity: sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So sine square theta plus k square, correct, is equal to 1. Yeah. So sine theta is equal to root of 1 minus k square. Now theta is in the, so all silver teacups, your theta is given in this quadrant, plus or minus, sorry. So your sine theta will be what? Minus.
So you can't solve 1 minus root of 1 minus k square.
You cannot write root of 1 minus k square as 1 minus k, please. You cannot do square root of 1 and square root of it. So you have to leave it as root of this. Okay. Your cot, what's your cot theta? Is your cos theta over sine theta? So your cos theta is minus k, sine theta is also minus 1 minus k square, correct? So that means your cot theta would be what? K upon root of 1 minus k square. That's how you do this.
So your cos theta is